The desert is rugged and beautiful and barren, but it's a place that a lot of people ventured off into to find the answers. And it's like this symbol of our soul, and it's searching for meaning, us searching for meaning in a barren landscape, right? It doesn't have a lot to offer. It's hard to survive. There is food, there is water, but you really, really have to look for it. And most likely you're going to get poked or stabbed or bitten by something in order to get it. It's unforgiving. It's hot. Luckily, we're in the high desert. Got a little bit of shade here. And it's interesting. I was looking for a spot to, shoot the video and hopefully talk about some stuff. And I found this awesome little geocache underneath this tree. I was going to open it up with you, but I couldn't help myself and I was curious. But there's this awesome little black book in it that somebody put here right in the beginning of the coronavirus. It says Stone Circle Geocache, placed by Team Scotty, originally on 2002, February 10. It's pretty awesome. Found March 20th, 2020, in the middle of coronavirus and the need to self-isolate. Found March 25th while smoking some of Earth's finest herb. Found by my 6-year-old son by accident while escaping outdoors for some family time. Interesting. Found accidentally by taking a pee break here with my favorite humans. So this is cool. I'll be signing this before I go. Looks like there's some other stuff in here as well. Some baseball cards and other crazy stuff. This is a wild time to be alive. And a lot of people are struggling. A lot of belief systems are crashing. Illusions are being brought to the light. The veils are coming down. And I don't think a lot of people know what to do. I don't really know what to do. I'm doing the only thing that is, I guess, reasonable to me, and that is searching within myself for the answers, right? I think a lot of people struggle to do that. We struggle to be okay. A lot of us see the world as this thing that we need to like rail and fight against. And oftentimes I don't think a lot of people realize that we're just railing against ourselves because we don't see or understand that the world is just a mirror of us. It's reflecting back to us the way we are, our inner states, the way we feel. Right? There's a lot of energy and frequency and vibration going on here. It's quite the gust of wind. But if this is all true, then for me, the only way that I can approach life and the way that I can stay sane through all of this madness is that I have to stay centered within myself and, remain hopeful and optimistic and not let this world steal my fire, my energy. The world is a vampire. And it's harvesting our energy, it's harvesting our attention, our time. And if we let it, we're going to allow this world to siphon out the most precious thing from us. And we're going to grow old and have regrets. And so I don't intend on letting myself get to that point. And so I think I've been isolating for quite some time. And I wouldn't say like isolating in the sense where I'm like a hermit and I don't speak with anybody. It's just that I am very protective over my time and how I spend it. I am protecting my peace. And I think there's a lot of things that many people are very angry at, and they feel that everybody should be angry at these things, right? They feel like they feel helpless almost, I gotta say, because I hear a lot of people talking about how they see through it all and they try to tell people what's going on, and people just look at them like they're crazy. And then they do feel crazy because it's like they feel like the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You cannot wake people up. You cannot hold people's eyes open and expect them to see the things that you see, right? And so that's frustrating. And then you have people who think that their perspective is the only right perspective, arguing with other people who think that their perspective is the only right perspective. And it just turns into madness. And so I'm just choosing to not ignore it all. I care and I want to see change happen. But it seems like to me it's like most people are only trying to spread awareness. Like they want to see change in the world. They want people to stand up. It's like it's funny how many people I see calling for justice to be served, but they're not willing to serve the justice. They want somebody else to do it. Or they're baffled like why we all don't just, you know, get up out of our comfy little comfort zones and rage against the machine. And that's the answer in itself. It's like we're all a little bit too fucking comfortable. And I think that's a lot of the problem is just like we're not willing to sacrifice it all. We say we will. We say we're ready. We'd love to see the system collapse. But I don't think we are ready. I don't think most people want that or could handle it. I think most people would be dehydrated within 4 days. And so it's like this false sense of this moral outrage where we're rail against other people, railing against the system, fighting ourselves. We have inner wars that we're still fighting. And so what happens? The world keeps rotating, the days keep going by, the routines are kept, the discipline gets kept up. It's all like a big coping mechanism so that we don't have to like peer behind the actual veil and really see what's going on, or just deal with it. I think we're all peering behind the veil. We're just not dealing with it. I don't have the answers. Like I said, I'm approaching life the best way that I can. I'm doing the thing that I think can help the most. I'm pursuing a career in mental health. I want to work with psychedelics and veterans and just anybody who wants to expand their consciousness. Discover themselves. I want people to discover themselves, to wake up to who they truly are. I want people to wake up. I do. I would love for everybody to wake up. But we can't force it. We can't force the external world to abide by what we want. We can only do our own work, our own inner work. And I don't remember the exact quote. I'm paraphrasing quite a bit here, but I think it was Carl Jung who said if you do your work honest and true, no matter how isolated you are, the people that need you will come find you. And so we want to live as attractors. We need to see our own visions for the future, work towards them, and control what we can control. And even then, it's like there's a lot of control that we need to relinquish. We're trying to control too many things. We're trying to control people's opinions and perspectives of us. Not necessary. We need to relinquish that control. But I don't know, I got sidetracked there, but it's just that I don't know, man. I feel like we're so blind to ourselves, you know? And I don't want to even call like anybody specifically out, but I see things, especially online with my own family. It's like you see the facades that people put out online. And it's like you know them and you know what's really going on in their life, and it's like it's hard to believe anybody, these days. And so yeah, that's like why I don't really go out of my way to try to change things that are outside of my control anymore. People, situations, relationships, you know what I mean? I just need to sit back and stabilize and let my world stabilize around me. And let my frequency raise on its own, and let myself align with the reality that I'm meant to be in, the timeline that I'm meant to be in. And I can feel it. I can feel it shifting. I know this all sounds very metaphysical, but there is a consciousness shift that goes on as you start waking up. You feel odd, you feel bizarre. It's the human mind, and it's not used to certain. It's only used to certain things, and we don't realize how habitual our lives are, how habitual our tendencies are. Sometimes things seem chaotic, but it's just like we're so used to the chaos. It's like, why is my life always so chaotic? Oh, because I'm kind of addicted to it a little bit. I love the chaos. Oh, everything's going great. Everything's going fine. Let me sabotage this. Stir things up a little bit, you know? It's how I used to be, for sure. But I'm not even going to go into that. I'm not going to go into the past anymore. I'm mourning the past. I am grieving my past. My past is dying away. I am 40 now. I just turned 40. And and I'll give you another little Carl Jung quote. Life doesn't actually begin until 40. Up until then, it's all just research. And I feel that. I do feel that. I've been up in for the last couple of years leading up to my 40th birthday. I have felt this shift happening. So strange. It's like a maturity came over me. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that I quit drinking, but that's just, I think that was a long time coming too. It's like spirituality has cleansed me. I didn't mean to become an ascetic, like renouncing all these things. I wasn't like necessarily trying to renounce all of this stuff. It just kind of happened naturally. It's like I was stripping myself down bare to the bone, you know? It's kind of what they say, like if you ever want to know what kind of foods that your body doesn't respond to, what kind of stuff that you may not necessarily know you might have allergies to. And so they tell you to like really strip your diet down, you know, into like very basic whole foods, bland foods, like just the basic necessities. And then you start adding stuff back into your diet. And then once you add something back in and your system gets a little bit thrown off, you can tell that your body doesn't really vibe with that food or whatever is in that food. It could even be vegetables. A lot of people can't really fuck with like bell peppers because it makes their skin crazy. And so that's how we figure out, what we want to eat and how we want to live. And I feel like I've been doing that with everything. It's like the things that I consume, the TV, the scrolling, the alcohol, the junk food, everything that I put into my body. It's been refining. And I realized how actually sensitive I am to so many things. It's weird because like people used to say that herbs and plant medicine and all of this stuff, like holistic approaches, a lot of people will say that this stuff doesn't work. It's like hippy dippy, right? It's like none of this stuff actually helps you with anything. And maybe they're right, but the thing is like we are so saturated with modern diet and chemicals, forever chemicals. We have like a credit card's worth of microplastics in our body. We're so gummed up with processed food and sugar and salt and all of this crap. And it's like, yeah, no wonder that an herb or a plant doesn't have any effect on us, is because it's like we're pumping pharmaceuticals into our bodies like it's nothing. You know, some people can't even get any effects from over the counter drugs, let alone a plant. But my point is that once you allow your spiritual life to cleanse you a little bit and you start relinquishing all of this stuff that no longer serves you, that's bad for you, you begin to realize how sensitive your system is. And I've been noticing effects from teas. I've had some respiratory issues, and I drank ginseng and turmeric with some pepper and some honey, and I could sense and I could feel the anti-inflammatory effect it had on my lungs. And so it's very odd, and it's because I don't constantly pump myself full of crap. Don't get me wrong, I eat out time to time, and you know I eat junk food here and there, but for the most part I would say I'm 90% like on point. But it's neither here nor there. I've just been doing some rambling today. It's getting dark. Might have to wrap this one up. This one was kind of random. It's kind of no real theme or point to this video. I really just wanted to come out here, practice a little bit of radical authenticity, do a little stream of consciousness off the top of the head, talking with you guys, and really try to form my voice here, because this is something that it's an outlet for me. This YouTube video stuff. It's a way to express myself, and I love the process of things like this, of learning and speaking and expression, learning to create, hopefully being able to connect with people by sharing my thoughts on the world, and starting a bigger conversation. You know, there's more stuff I want to talk about. I do think that I can have a positive impact on this world, and I would love to do that because I have kids and I want them to grow up in a better place. And right now it's all pretty much just madness. It's like the people in power are saying rules for thee, but not for me. And it's pretty fucking ridiculous. But anyway, I'm going to try to make a few more of these this week and keep the content coming. And if you watch this, appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll see you on the next one. All right. Peace. What's the date today? Today's March 9th. Mm.